serious. No, it's important that we enjoy this moment, but I spoke about it before the game in the huddle with the lads, and I said, I've said it so many times, I think. Today was all about your why, and my why is well documented. I'm not going to get upset, don't worry lads. My why is my old man. I lost him 3 years ago, tragic way, and I was probably something to do with it that night, and that's something I'll never sort of live down. So yeah, I've struggled with that for a long time, lads, but you lads give me a reason to come into work, give me a reason to focus, and you all give me a reason to ensure I could do this, to pay back my old man. This is the closest thing I'll ever get to paying back my old man. I'm saying thank you for what he did for me and my brothers, and I'm sorry for what happened on that night. So yeah, you boys helped me achieve my dream, and I couldn't have done it without you. It's a team sport, and that staff included, some special staff at this football club. And no one can ever take this away from us, boys. I know there's other fellas in here. I met Eags for a reason. He told me he was going to get me up them steps. And I know we've all, that's not just about me, we've all got our own story. We all struggle with stuff every day, and I think it's really important that we do everything we can to enjoy this and make sure you enjoy it with your families, and that's certainly what I'll be doing. And Chairman, is that trip sorted or what?
Cameras are on. A big apologize for all the members of the pubs in Hull for not letting Louis for last 1 month. We had a good summer, so we will cover that. You know what happens in life when you promote? Everybody says one thing. You know what he said to me, but it's not a joke. I can go every pub now for many days. Of course, the trip is on. Enjoy yourself. Viva!
Wow, so Hull City, they didn't concede a single goal, by the way, in the playoffs to get here. They've also never won at Wembley before tonight. That all changes today. They are returning to the Premier League for the first time since 2016-17. They've only played 5 seasons in the Premier League. This is going to be the 6th time. Tomorrow we were talking to the players about waking up. Grella, how do you think they are truly feeling about playing top-flight football next season?
I mean, how good's a championship, by the way? Could you have scripted this any better? We got Spygate happens. The Millwall looks like they're going in second. They finished third. Hull saves themselves last season, goes up this season to the playoffs on the last day, beats Millwall on the road, which is very difficult to do in this league in particular. Come here, the opposition switches just before the tournament. They go on, win it. The transfer embargo, I mean, this is Hollywood, the way they were able to win. And how they'll feel now is vacation, family, money, right? Let's get taken care of.
I would have said money, vacation, family.
Sure, there's a reality of football also, right? They're not here for fun, right? And then it will be next season, let's see what we can do. Can we keep a lot of the group together? I think a lot of teams make mistakes of saying, oh, we need 10 different guys, we need these guys. You got to be very careful who you bring into the changing room, because this changing room is mint at the moment. They really like each other, so you got to bring in
compete in the Premier
good
League?
personalities.
Yeah. Would you back against them? Would you back against them, boys? He just got me a tattoo, but would you back against them?
Listen, the biggest point that Grella makes is this. You got to bring the right characters and personalities in that dressing room, because if you bring one wrong player, that whole dynamic, that whole chemistry changes. Seen it in my career where you bring
like
one
when we
player,
added Troy
not
to
happy
here.
he's playing. Yeah, exactly. The whole dynamic changes.
The numbers have gone through the roof. Through the roof.
Keep backing yourself. But anyway, I think again as well, the manager was great. The manager was great in what he tells us about. I've got to work with what I've got. So that's a manager that already knows who he is, knows what he's got. It'll be great if you can add the right additions to it to become stronger, because the quality aspect does have to get better, but they have to be the right quality players who can go in that dressing room and be part of the team and part of a culture that they have built and earned the right to get to the Premier League.
There's another part, of the human part of it as well. Go enjoy yourself, have a beer, be with your friends, your family, but then it gets about mid-June and it's kind of wearing off, and the reality of what's about to come is the Premier League is so hard to stay there. But as soon as the Premier League fixtures come out, normally around the 15th, 16th of June, you get this revitalised energy, like, right, let's get in the gym, let's get back to it. Those runs on the beach just become a little bit easier because we've got Man U away, we've got Man City, whoever it might be. So I think the guys will be really, really happy. And just for seeing Oli there, he looks like he needs a beer as well, so we might have to join him.
He does. He was upset that you hadn't brought him one, by the way.
Well, let's go. I went above and beyond.
You did. You tried your best.
Got myself arrested again, but it's fine. we're in a good place.
What about the other two teams then, by the way, that went up? Because Coventry went up under Frank Lampard. We also saw Ipswich go up as well. Of all three teams, who are you giving the best chance of not only survival, I suppose, but exceeding in the Premier League next season?
Coventry for me. I think Coventry will be the favourites because of Frank Lampard and the network and connections he has, and he's going to lean on that and utilise that and get some other additions, some other quality players to make them a bit better. But I think Coventry will be the one that I think could really duplicate what Sunderland did. Not maybe pushing for Europe, but can at least survive in the Premier League, and that will be seen as a victory.
You know what's really interesting, though? Those two teams, Ipswich and Coventry, they scored a lot of goals. Coventry scored a crazy amount of goals. They're not going to be able to do that same type of play, that same type of thing, that have that effect in the Premier League. Hull can play a very similar way, with a very similar style, and I think they would be suited to be like in survival mode. So they don't have to change as much as maybe the other teams will have to change. Coventry go from being dominating, scoring goals, to now they're going to have to be a little bit harder to play against. They're going to have to change a little more.
Yeah. Do you feel the same way, Troy?
Sorry, I saw one of my friends over there getting in trouble. Sorry, hey mate, you're right. Sorry. I think Coventry, I agree with your point on Coventry. I think Ipswich should be the better setup because they've obviously got a lot of really good Championship, lower Premier League players. They've been there recently, so maybe the tactical nous of changing that should be it. Just don't take away how hard it is to build the chemistry that these guys have got. And when you can go, you see Sunderland, you see Leeds stay up comfortably this year. You're in a situation where you go, all right, let's just add a little bit more quality in the final third. He had 13 injuries and they still got promoted. So let's see what they can do. I think they've got something there. Are you good?
No, sorry. Can I just give you perspective and the viewers' perspective at home? Owners, right, at the world's best clubs have spent hundreds of millions of dollars to have that changing room.
Yes.
Right? The quality of football aside, they have tried forever, right? They've tried to make the game in the modern way down to a statistic. It's not. Because the human element you can't see in a statistic. So owners have spent hundreds of millions trying to get what Hull has now. That's why we say be careful who you add, how you add it, and when you do it, because it's very important. What they've been able to achieve is incredible on a human level.
Speaking of the owner of Hull is right over there, just off camera. You can see he's probably on the phone making calls already.
Cashing them checks.
By the way, that's such a good point, Grell, because by the statistics and by the numbers, which I know you don't like to look at too much, Hull actually would have been close to relegation this season, just by the numbers. So what a night to finish it all.
It's also why we say the Championship is a roller coaster of emotions for the players and the fans.
But also, Poppy, you're Nottingham Forest. Last year, what were they? A great bunch that worked hard, defensively solid, and added one or two players who had unbelievable seasons. Hull can look at those guys, look at Sunderland and go, okay, we can take heed from that and let's go and attack this Premier League.